It's 4:30. In 2 hours, Jean-Michel's stand will be set up at his Beaume market.
How are you, Jean-Mi?
No time to be polite here. Laurent Boulet, one of the main wholesalers, reacts quickly and offers him another variety. Tastier?
I can make you €1.80.
€1.80 a kilo.
It's just more expensive!
It's too much.
I can't. I will make a 10 cents margin. Can't do less.
For the wholesaler, 10 centimes margin per kilo. So, Laurent, you agreed to lower the price by how much? 10 centimes. Jean-Michel does volume. To keep this loyal customer, Laurent agrees to cut his margin. At 10 centimes more, you'd take it?
No, I'd go round and look elsewhere.
Those two have known each other for 20 years.
Oh, well, in these cases, there are no friends in our business. We always go for the best value. Laurent works very well. If one day he's not placed, I'll look elsewhere. That's the law of business.
A relentless world. Jean-Michel spends several thousand euros a week with Laurent. Here, prices are not displayed. It's up to the perishable.
Difference in grammage.
Laurent knows the prices of his 300 products by heart.
It's worth...
And constantly adjusts them according to quantities.
Just a moment. The range at...
We're
not
too
smart.
market vendor. Laurent offers him top-of-the-range American grapefruit. And this is worth 35 euros. You
It comes to 85 cents a piece.
give it back? Ah, maybe. What's the going rate for a grapefruit? €1 less. €1 a piece. Claude doesn't want to sell grapefruit for more than €1.15. That's not enough margin, no. He'd have to earn 35 centimes on each grapefruit, and Laurent would have to earn 12 centimes as a last resort. To preserve his margin.
We hit the customer. It just doesn't work. We sell for a bit more. If the product is nice, they sell for a little more.
Big sleeper. Go on your way. Here, we live by night. Welcome to the Marché d'Intérêt National in Nantes, the Mine, France's second largest behind Rungis. A brand new building where prices are set for the products you buy from the merchants. From 4:30, a small world of seasoned negotiators meets. Do you want the artichoke or not? On one side, the wholesalers and small producers who whisper their prices to buyers. That little lot there is $40. On the other, restaurateurs and market vendors who don't have a minute to lose.
Wait, I'll send it to you right away. Look who it's with. There's stuff to buy.
I'll send it right over.
So it looks like a truck.
200,000 tons of fresh produce are sold here every year. From shoulder of lamb to this amazing radishes. Flowers, organic produce, luxury products.
Truffles are over, I guess. Gone, gone, gone.
Cold weather guests abstain. Average temperature in the buildings, 5 degrees. In the dead of night, at 2 o'clock, long before the market opened, Ismaël Bouquier is on his way to Les Sables d'Olonne. This father of 6 works for the fish wholesaler in the Sables d'Olonne area.
I generally sleep 2 hours in the afternoon and 3 in the evening.
When he arrives, the port is still asleep. The trawlers have already returned. Only the fish market is open. Each boat's catch is stored in large bins. Ismaël takes a very careful look around. He has 30 minutes to pick out the best lots.
Between what I want to buy and what I can buy, that's 2 things. There are nights when I purchase fish for roughly 12,000 euros and remain quite unaware of the exact amount. Sometimes it's 300 euros.
4:30. Auction begins. The auction manager walks past each batch of fish and announces a base price based on the quantity and quality of the fish on offer. Ismaël and his competitors, large traders, all have a box well hidden in their pocket. Whoever keeps his finger pressed on the button the longest wins the auction.
If I don't like him, if I see him pressing the button, I'm going to push so that he pays as much as possible.
And conversely, he'll do the same for you.
And that's it.
By chance, while lifting a crate, Ismail spots a batch of magnificent rougeur,
That's it, that's it.
but very expensive.
At that price, no, it's not for sale. It's far too expensive.
Prices soar. Well over 19 euros. Yet, against all his competitors, Ismail is the winner.
It's really instinct. I can't tell you anything in advance. I really like this one in particular, so I paid 22 euros 10, and I said earlier that at 20 euros I wouldn't buy it.
All in all this morning, he just bought 5,600 euros worth of fish. But his day is far from over. After buying, the sale. A countdown begins.
Hi Ben, how are you?
Ismail must sell as many fish as possible before returning to the MN. He calls all his regular customers, even if it means writing while driving.
No more. Solet for tomorrow is worth 16.90.
In 1 hour, he sells half his catch.
Rouget, 27.60. What's the matter with you?
But when he announces the price of red mullet,
Did you eat a tank?
the customer chokes.
Well, I'll do that to you, my boy.
Back to the men. He reports to his chief.
The bar sold for 5,000. The Solet sold. The sold for 3 Gs. I have 15 kilos left. I kept the Trocadé for you. And the Rouget Barbet, I ran out. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I'll have a look.
So there's Cedric Sive, fishmonger with 30 kilos of red mullet on his hands.
Where are the red mullets then? So the red mullets? Red mullet with golden scales.
The only people who can afford to pay 22 euros a kilo for red mullet are the chefs of high-end restaurants. Alain Ruffo, chef in Nantes, comes every morning. He likes to choose his merchandise himself.
Do you see any? Yes. What's it worth? No? Yes, it's worth 25. It's a bit simple. It's a bit less simple in terms of interest. No, you make about 20 pieces.
Okay. In the end, the chef will pay 25 euros. But at that price, he'll only take 8 kilos out of the 30. Cedric will try to make up for his losses with other treasures, like a Mediterranean bluefin tuna, on which another chef, Jean-Yves Guéot, 1 star. Could you take this?
I might. I could, but they'd have to cut it out and put it on me.
Yes, the noblest piece.
We'll cut it up this morning.
It's the advantage that interests me. No, but you... Me?
What are we going to
I'll
do?
have to cut it. I'll do the ratios. Don't worry. I want to...
The rations, I'll give him the rations.
Per kilo. Could be around 40 euros.
And again, when I say 40, I'm weighing my words. But a little not. Are you in his waters now? Well, it's...
Is it to prepare me? I won't pay 40 euros. Here. No, he won't. He'll make less. He'll make less.
Jean-Yves placed most of his orders with the MIN by email the day before. Normally, he could just have them delivered.
Not. I'm going to...
He wouldn't miss this appointment for the world.
The Italian bean. In fact, I prefer to pick up. First, there's the contact with the people. But yes, pleasure, because it's my breath of oxygen for the day. During the end. Well, yeah, afterwards you're locked in, you don't see anyone, you work, it's nice, but it's the end of the day.
At all the wholesalers, Jean-Yves checks everything, tastes when he has to.
I think I'll give them back to him. He's going to pout. I'll give them back to him. Huh. Yes, no pity, eh? If I get up at 5 o'clock, at least to have...
His beans are too big.
Gaetan?
He doesn't want any.
Well, I made small ones earlier, that's why. In yours,
I'll
I'd
find
have...
out.
You're not mad at me?
Oh,
I'm not.
we won't be angry.
Eve has the eye. The feet are... He spots precious mushrooms and sheep's feet that are... damaged.
It's a gift, me? That's not expensive.
5 euros a kilo.
Oh, but I thought it was a gift. Françoise? We misunderstood each other. I don't know about that. It's incredible. Come on, look at this.
Quite fine. A free crate. Always on the lookout for a good offer, Jean-Yves is on the lookout for a bargain this morning. At a fishmonger's in the Talensac market, he has booked an unusual room. 5-kilo turbo.
What's a turbo? Well, it's exceptional here. It's thick. It's got everything going for it. It's exceptionally stiff. Here, it's...
Price? 150 euros.
We can't let it go, can we?
Can't let it go. No, you can't let him go where? To the others.
Jean-Yves will have spent 3,000 euros this morning. At his restaurant in the hills above Nantes, Jean-Yves knows where he's going. His Michelin star, he keeps it for 20 years, thanks in no small part to the way he cooks vegetables and local fish. He personally runs the turbo, a very rare fish, with firm, delicate flesh. He knows he'll be able to make 10 nice slices.
How much did we have? 5 kilos, 590? From memory.
Sold for 45 euros?
Did you see the price?
Yes. People, when they come to us, they expect things like that, right? If they have to pay 5 or 10 euros more, it's true. In quotation marks, it's not a question of price. If they eat something exceptional that they can't get anywhere else, that they'll remember for a while, they'll say to themselves. For a while, they'll say to themselves, I remember I ate a turbo there, it was just great.
His cooks took care of the morning's shopping. Nothing goes to waste. His free mushrooms will be used to make a stew. But first, his commis has to prepare them one by one.
You've given a very tricky gift to your...
Yes,
He
for the worst.
will have yellow fingers.
Bad luck. Who doesn't take care of his precious vegetables?
You can't leave them in the water.
The plates are being prepared. The rouges brought by Ismaël from Les Sables d'Olonne, with the fresh weights from the Emine. The carrots marry with the pollock from Cedric the fishmonger. Spring obliges. Jean-Yves renews his entire menu. At the market, he found his green asparagus from the Loire Valley,
Yeah, it's a trial, we'll see.
which he's testing for the first time this season. A starter at 32.
It's the asparagus from the menu. From the new menu, okay?
For the gentleman on the right.
We know him.
He lets regulars taste it. Customers, who come every week.
Would you like me to taste it for you? Well, sir, you found green asparagus from the Val de Loire, accompanied by its egg yolk confit, homemade poutard, and peppercorn seaweed. We hope you enjoy your meal.
More natural, really. It's a bit, yes, crunchy, yes, everything to...
The asparagus from the Loire Valley is very green like this.
Very nice.
For these great chefs, some men's stores even specialized in luxury gastronomy. This store, for example, has been an institution for over 20 years. You can find what you can't find anywhere else. How are things?
So, what did you need this morning?
So, I'll take a look at what you've got in the way of new products. Laurence Odo, Nantes' only 2-star chef, comes every morning.
Do you want you to have kumquats together?
No shopping carts, no potatoes or fish.
And,
He only deals in rare products.
Asparagus in season. I'm going to make a condiment, so I'll take Kombawa lemons too.
Kumbawa lemons at 25 euros a kilo. Recognizable by their lumpy, lemony rind.
In the greenest, please. In the greener, smaller ones? Yeah, please, don't worry, we'll do that for you. Oh, yeah.
Green ones are also the ripest and the tastiest.
A pile of sausage. Yeah, top.
That's pretty. This is top. These are beautiful products. These are Buddha hands, 16 euros each. One of the most unusual citrus fruits in the world.
This just arrived. It's precious.
So precious that Buddhists give them as offerings. In their time. Flesh is not eaten,
Cowardly.
but the zest is highly sought after.
Cut very thin, marinate them, that's it, so that's nice. Nasturtium flower, you need
The warehouse.
capucine, it's
The
there.
rarest sector is out of sight. Aromatic
yeah,
plants
yeah.
and flowers.
Yeah, I'm sure Philippe has some too, if you like. No, the little corneta there? Corneta, yes, of course.
Corneta, Ficoides, Tubaya. Only specialists know. Plants you can eat. Perfect for decorating a plate. Like these nasturtium flowers, they add the finishing touch.
Whether it's visual, because nasturtium does have a little taste, which is a little spicy. It adds an extra flavor, that's all.
One imagines these flowers are produced in exotic countries. Not at all. You only have to travel 10 miles to Philippe Méchinot's greenhouses. Philippe produces 150 species of aromatic flowers and leaves, but in very small quantities. These nasturtiums, for example, with a peppery taste, which chefs love as long as their leaves don't exceed 7 centimeters. Over 15 years, Philippe has tested almost everything to win over chefs. Sometimes to no avail.
Sometimes to no avail, sometimes disappointing because we've mastered the cultivation a little, we've mastered the development of the plant, and it doesn't seduce at all. We have a few examples of this. Next to it, we have grottin, we have angelica, which are absolutely extraordinary plants, but in fresh form, it's hard to get them into our restaurants.
This salty-tasting leaf can also eat the icy ficoid. Its vesicles are transparent. This is what gives it its frosty appearance.
Nature does things well, though. It's really superb. It's somewhere between dew and icicles. That shiny look that's fabulous.
Mini vegetables are all the rage. Dwarf fennels, for example. So difficult to grow that only half of them will ever find their way onto a Michelin-starred plate.
In production, it's still very complicated to produce something of the highest quality because you really see the visual aspect, and it has to be beyond reproach.
That's the price you pay for excellence, rarity, and exclusivity. And to stay in the race, the Amin must always be able to offer something new. Today, Fabrice Thirion, a great traveler, comes to this luxury caterer with a curious world tour. Délicatesse. A selection of the rarest oils and vinegars, among the rarest on the planet.
It's incredible that he's been lowering his barrels into stone caves like this for 25 years. So,
opposite him, Jean-Michel Deniot, the store's sales manager. And to help him in his choice, Ludovic Pouzelgue, one-star chef in Nantes.
there are two new Japanese citrus fruits, kabosu and sudashi. And kabosu is a side of Cedra Pomolos Kumbawa.
Fabrice earns his living on the products he sells. So it's in his interest to make his public dream.
Green tea bud from Japan. On the slopes of Mount Fuji in the mountains, it's unique, unique, unique.
I have a little pistachio. It starts with a little pistachio, that's where it goes, but I got it at the start, like when you put pistachios in a roasting tray. We're a small company, we make beautiful dishes.
For us, it's a product, so we have to stay within this range compared to our competitors, who are big companies. We have to differentiate ourselves through our product, so we have to be constantly on the lookout for new products to satisfy our customers.
A little phytoplankton. The tasting ends with this plant plankton powder.
It's the only product that contains vitamin B12, so it's completely healthy.
The only problem is the price. 103 euros per 15 grams or 6,600 euros per kilo. More expensive than caviar. Jean-Michel won't buy it.
We'll have to buy it and keep it in stock. It's going to be complicated. Today I might see 7 or 8 customers, no more.
Even if there's vitamin B12?
Yes, even if there is vitamin B12.
But Fabrice still succeeded. On the 15 products presented, 11 were selected by the caterer.
The plate is too much, it's too marked compared to...
At Rungis, the fish pavilion opens at 2 in the morning. you need to be wide awake. Because sales are made in the middle of the night. Jordan Goop, 27 years old, is a fishmonger. He buys here 3 times a week.
How are you? How are you doing? Well, I got you the swordfish. Yeah, you did. How big is it?
In this pavilion, the Tide, over 2,000 species of fish and shellfish.
Look at this one. That one is magnificent. It's magnificent.
How many in there? I gave you $12.50, a bit of everything.
Deal in seconds.
All right, here we go. We'll leave right away. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
The fishmonger has to hurry because in less than 3 hours, all 500 tons of fish in the pavilion will be sold. Jordan is looking for top-of-the-range merchandise.
Filet, I've got just the thing. What's value? Its origin? It must be expensive.
Like this Breton turbo caught the day before.
We'll give you a prize.
Hushing. Before announcing a price per kilo.
36. 36. As a paving stone, it'll cost me dearly afterwards. I can't do it. Make it 30 then. I made one last week. Young boy. 32? Well, go on. Make it 32 then.
We help him. We negotiate a little, we help a little. No, it's not the customer's head. No, it's the affinity we have with our customers. It's a little fight. We're here, we fight, we titillate a little. That's it, we titillate a little.
It's a game, there's trust, but there's also the game behind it. That's it, you have to... It's give and take, we work together, they need us, we need them, so there you go.
Like Jordan, only food professionals are allowed to buy here. 25,000 fishmongers, cheesemongers, restaurateurs and grocers draw from this cornucopia every day. 7 kilometers from the capital, Rungis, the world's largest fresh produce market. A mythical place that comes alive at night, whatever the weather, and where 12,000 people work.
There's room here. We're going to put a pallet there right now. Hop, hop, hop.
A market where insiders share. Codes and rituals. A pat on the back. A handshake.
Here you are, sir.
And the sale is sealed.
Greetings to you. Have a safe trip home.
Originally, this market was located in the Halle district, in the center of the capital. Émile Zola described it in a novel as the belly of Paris.
I spent many a night working in the hall.
The market, which was unhealthful and crowded, moved in the late 60s. Today, it generates annual sales of 9 billion euros. As it prepares to celebrate its 50th anniversary, Rungis must reinvent itself to meet new consumer demands. They want to eat better, healthier, even if it means paying more. At 3:30 in the morning, the tide empties, the sales are over. Jordan has spent 5,000 euros. For the holidays, he got his hands on lobsters and a few other rarities.
Now, that's great stuff. I love this. This is a live langoustine, and there was only one case. Today, yeah, I'm one of the only ones with one.
You can only find live langoustines on the Breton coast. Or at Rungis.
This is my Breton bouquet. This is worth 110 euros a kilo in the store. I paid 68 for this, and that's 1 kilo. That's all there is to it. Not a gram more. If people don't find what they want at my place, they go elsewhere. With products like these, we can only satisfy them.
Jordan has to fight to get his products, especially as in recent years, other buyers have arrived on the Rungis market. Foreigners, shellfish lovers.
They have beautiful claws. We're spoiled. But they're also twice as expensive because the Asian market purchases all our seafood. They have a fervent obsession while we face the consequences.
Seafood platters at the end of the year are therefore likely to be sold for 20 to 30% more than last Christmas. As with the stock market, prices rise according to supply and demand. At 4:30, Jordan arrives at the Puto market. He took over this fishmonger's 5 years ago. For 3 hours, he sets up his stall and showcases the products he's found at Rungis.
It attracts, it moves by itself. People get scared, it's magnificent.
There are 2 other fishmongers in this market, but Jordan is the only one to offer live products like lobster or crab. And when it opens at 8 o'clock, that makes all the difference.
Yes, 160 all round. It's good, it's alive, it's superb. Does it taste good? It's great. Enjoy your meal then. If there's any left over, give me a call.
Since Jordan took over the business and went high-end,
thank you very much. Bye, guys.
Sales have increased by 25%. At Rungis in the meat sector.
Dede, are the squares ready? Did you make the lamb breasts?
A wholesaler is also committed to quality. 58-year-old Francis Faucher runs one of the 12 companies in the pavilion. This expert chooses his calves, cows and pigs one by one from the best breeders.
Welcome.
Uh-oh. A meat paradise that tourists visit like a museum. These Koreans on vacation wanted to discover Rungis. Their guide always stops by Francis's stand.
A breeder puts out 10 animals like this a year. We're at Dior. We're really into hand stitching. It's truly exceptional work.
Thank you.
Every night, the wholesaler sells 40 tons of meat to butchers all over France and Europe. Francis was predestined to create this business 22 years ago. His grandparents were cattle merchants, horse owners, and a butcher father in Tours.
Hello, Thomas. Good morning, sir. Come on, let's go.
Valéry Kos and his son Thomas are 2 of his biggest customers.
Look, did you see it? Have a look. It's clean. Nice. Marbled, all clean, color, impeccable. So this is pure Limousin. That doesn't sound too bad. Oh, well, this is pure, pure, pure.
Valéry owns a butcher's shop in the 11th arrondissement of Paris, his son in the 17th. He caters to a rather affluent clientele for whom price is not necessarily the primary purchasing criterion.
We used to make cheap meats. There was a time of junk food, so to speak. Now customers are looking for quality, top-of-the-range products, and above all, pleasure.
With this demand in mind, Francis receives more and more orders. While meat sales are down at Rungis, his sales rose by 15% last year, and he wants to go even further.
Now it's Caroline's job.
Caroline, his daughter, is 25 years old. A business school graduate. Until recently, she worked in the world of luxury goods.
Doesn't stand out at all.
2 years ago, she joined the family business to exploit a new vein.
Here we look at exceptional products, the top of the top, the extra of the extra.
She sells luxury meat from all over the world. Japanese Wagyu at 300 euros a kilo. Or Lomo Alto from Argentina.
We've just brought in another new product, directly from Argentina.
Okay.
Argentina is well known for its extraordinary products. I think it's one of the best meats in the world. Because once again, it's animals that live outside all year round, in pastures with grass that's adapted to them, very fatty, which again makes for meat that's very good to eat.
You really have to sell the origin and everything else because it's true. If you can see it, you can see it. It also has fat. We're going to taste a little bit, we're going to eat a little bit. Yippee!
Let's go.
To convince them, a little tasting. It takes place at La Loyau, the restaurant located inside the meat pavilion.
Hi there. I wanted to eat a piece of meat, and now's my chance. Really? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you?
7 o'clock in the morning is rush hour. Rungis workers warm up with a red balloon, regain their strength with a beef tongue or tripe dish.
Chef, cook. There's no cook left in the... Oh, well, here he is. So you're going to cook it for us. Good, perfect as usual.
The chef is used to serving wholesalers. They're all loyal customers.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is no laughing matter. So it's all in good fun. Everyone takes a bite to perfection.
This Argentinian meat is twice as expensive as an ordinary rib steak.
We'll try with a box to start with.
It's good to have a new product in the run-up to Christmas and the festive season.
Valerie and Thomas will be testing this luxury meat in their butcher's shop over the festive season. Last night, the two butchers bought a ton of meat for 5,000 euros. Behind the scenes, the cutters prepare their orders.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
If the butcher's trade is short of manpower, at Rungis, it's worse. There's no rush to work here. In the cold, at night, these cutters, most of whom come from Mali, are paid 2,000 euros net per month. At the end of their shift, they have an appointment upstairs.
Come on, let's go. Good luck, we'll help him.
Boo-boo, it's cool, let's go. Good luck for the class.
France's wife, the company's managing director, welcomes them. Like every Monday and Wednesday morning, they have French lessons.
Thank you. Good, and you? We're going to read a little conversation.
Hello, bonjour. Cabin.
Habib.
Doctor's cabin. Dupont. Dupont?
Some, like Sekou and Dede, have been in France for over 10 years. But none has really mastered the language yet.
To the police.
This training is entirely paid for by the company. 19,000 euros for the year.
They have to know how to read customers' names. They have to know how to evolve, and they have to evolve. Today, these people, they have children. They're born in France. Their children.
It's penalizing for me.
In a way, it's even frustrating.
Then what else is marked?
To compensate for the hard work
It's...
and this offbeat life, the 12,000 employees can count on the family spirit that reigns here. We never waste an opportunity to make up for lost time. Tonight, we're celebrating Beaujolais Nouveau.
Good stuff.
Just a stone's throw away, another ceremony, more Rabelaisian.
I therefore declare this 19th chapter open of the Confrérie de la Tête de Veau de Rungis, Paris. 1, 2. We love tripe. Drinking and eating well, well, well. To entice us.
De confrérie de la Tête de Veau de Rungis, induct rugby international Sébastien Chabal and Guillaume Gomez, head chef at the Élysée Palace, to carry off this very French culinary specialty.
What does calf's head mean to you? My childhood memories. We all come from the land, and my grandfather, who was a Macinian, made it very well. So it represents... This universe really speaks to me. I feel at home here, and there's an atmosphere of group, team, and cohesion.
Do they serve calf's head at the Élysée?
What does the president think of calf's head? Can't you tell?
Same time. Some are busy in the heart of the market. Handlers are waiting for the train because Rungis even has a station. Every night, 1,000 tons of fruit and vegetables from southern Europe are delivered by rail. Grocers, the most important sector of the market.
The truck is still there. Did it? But is it outside?
Alain Cohen has worked for Saint-Eustache Orchards for 25 years.
But it's already loaded. Things are going well at the Élysée. Who's taking over the presidency then? The presidency? Yeah, the presidency. I only take the presidency.
Alain delivers to many Michelin-starred restaurants along with the Élysée Palace. In just a few hours every night, they prepare 7,000 parcels of fruit and vegetables for uncompromising chefs.
It's a real eye-opener, because once the merchandise is with them, if it's not the right one, they can't make their dish. In this whole food business that starts in the fields and ends up on their plates, if one stage goes wrong, everything goes wrong.
If the big names in gastronomy call on him, it's for the variety and diversity of his products. Now that's a carrot. In this warehouse, there are over 3,000 references. We'll take a bunch of each, half of which you can't find anywhere else.
This is the treasure chest of the French bank. This is Basilica Vervine. I kneel before it. This is a shot. And look, that's cucumber flower. And this is eaten all over the world as an aperitif. When you eat one, you eat 2, 3, 5, 12 nasturtium leaf. It's velvet with a hint of aniseed. It's like pastis without the alcohol. So for license points, it's a slaughterhouse.
Finds that top chefs no longer have time to discover at Rungis. Alain came up with the idea of reviving the old-fashioned vans that used to sell from village to village. With his vehicle loaded with his best products, he sets off every morning to make his rounds.
Why? The first year I was completely lost. And I was also a bit scared to see all these people coming out in all directions.
He had 1,000 lives before working here. He was an architect for 15 years. He was even an actor. As a child, he played in this film alongside Michel Simon. It was only at the age of 40 that he arrived at Rungis. By chance, for a replacement.
At the end of the day, I said to myself, it's not true that we're taking money to do this. We're paid to go to the market, to walk around, to see restaurants that offer you coffee, that are amazed by the products you bring them. And the market is fascinating. But then to make a living out of it and live it every day of your life, it's a blessing. For me, the first few years, my job is hard, but I feel like I'm on vacation.
8 o'clock in the morning, first stop in the 14th arrondissement of Paris.
Hello, Alain. Ah, but hey, it's on time for once. It's magnificent.
Chef David Rathgeber worked with Alain Ducasse for 14 years. He was sous-chef at the Plaza Athénée.
How's it going?
Well, my little darling, there's something you haven't tasted yet.
Here, try this.
Oh.
Alain Cohen still manages to surprise chefs.
Here it is. Now that's magic. Because it looks like an onion and it's not an onion.
It's garlic onion.
And there's no cloves inside. Look at that.
But this...
It's crazy stuff. Oh, yeah, it's crazy stuff. So smell. Smell. You see the power.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah.
It's incredible, isn't it? This is red meat's cousin, radish blue meat. Pa.
Yeah. He's a friend of chefs, and the only person who can walk into a kitchen in the middle of a service without getting fired. And that's it. And all the bosses
they just
want
don't all
him,
know
Alain
it.
Cohen.
He buys only the smallest quantities he needs for lunch and dinner service.
About 30 or so.
David's specialty is Hare à la Royale.
Alain introduced me to something, but it's crazy. Smell that. Onion garlic at the same time. Here! Spade.
Inspired by Alain's vegetables, he imagines a cassolette on his television.
Listen to that, it sings. Listen carefully. I deglaze with chicken broth, cook covered. The vegetable cooks in its own broth. The cooking will be perfect. I'll add a little vinegar later. Why do you do that? Because vinegar, it breaks up the fat a bit, gives it a little pep. Oh, Tom. And then at the last minute, a little olive reduction like that. At the table, I'm stopping the tour. We do cooked, raw, soft, crispy.
With his little van, Alain has chefs hooked. He doesn't charge for his delivery service, but his vegetables cost 10 to 20% more than other wholesalers. Some wholesalers visit their customers at home. Others, highly sought after, don't need to leave Rungis. Positioned like a flying saucer, the Dellas is the largest grocery store on the market. It sells to brasseries, bistros, butchers, and small retailers. It sells 10,000 food products of varying degrees of incongruity, like this kombu seaweed, sauternes confit, wasabi pearls, or these overpriced vanilla beans.
Okay, JP, everything's gone. It's all gone as far as we're concerned.
Everything has been tasted and approved by Antoine Boucomont. With his air of austere teacher, this former butcher has been running this unusual supermarket for 20 years. Every day he welcomes producers and small business owners.
Is it any good? It's the bell.
I've never had this fruit. It's actually a dried fruit. Yes, it is.
They all want Antoine to sell their products.
Next.
Hello, Antoine. How are you?
Well, let's go to the kitchen and see what you've got.
Perfect, thank you.
Muriel Grégoire's big speech is now. This young executive has just taken over a Burgundy snail cannery in the south of France.
We clean our shells, and I brought you 3 boxes.
Daps, Antoine and his assistant Michel are going to taste his gastropods for the first time.
Burgundy snails, which you can find in France today, are imported in frozen flesh. So all the products we find, in other words, we're the last cannery to work in a totally artisanal way. The snails arrive alive.
If Muriel is convincing, she can go from a local market in Franche-Comté to a national one in a matter of minutes.
At this stage, I have to taste first. You really have to be ultra convinced of the product's appeal to add it to our range.
It's very, very soft.
Very, very good. It's incredible to be able to find a good snail just out of the box. Yes.
Thank you for your time. Snails can't be bred.
Antoine receives 500 growers every year.
Bravo.
Thank you very much.
He retains only 1 in 10. Muriel has won her bet.
We'll be waiting for the sales proposal and then, really bravo. Very nice product. I'll go with you. With pleasure.
Antoine also needs foie gras for Christmas. He sells 3 tons every year end. But he's still lacking a top-of-the-range truffle specialty. He's not going to hesitate to go in search of it.
How long ago did you plant your first truffle oaks?
We planted the first oaks 30 years ago.
Oh, yes.
They started giving after 10, 15 years.
Antoine is meeting Pascal Duller at the Saint-Géry estate in the Lot. This farmer has planted 12 hectares of truffle oaks.
And there we go to find the truffle. Look, it's still giving its paw. Shall we go? Let's go, sweetie. Let's look.
It took 4 years for Freya to become an expert in cabbage. The search for truffles. To teach her to recognize the scent of the mushroom, her masters regularly rubbed truffles on her mother's teats.
You wait for me, my pretty. Ah, she can find a truffle the size of a pea. Yes, it's like a huge truffle. Look, that's a pretty truffle. Good girl.
This melanosporum, the black truffle, sells for €1,000 a kilo. Antoine also wants to find out how this luxury product is used with foie gras. Pascal will let him taste the recipe she developed with her husband Patrick.
Foie gras with salt, matured for 15 days. And inside, 14% truffles. And a touch of Armagnac.
This whole lobe of duck liver is only cooked in salt to preserve the full flavor of the truffles.
You can really taste the truffle.
The couple sell this product for €600 a kilo.
That's not high-end, it's very high-end. It's unique. I'm really stunned. Very impressed. I'm happy to impress you.
I'm proud to impress you. It's not the first time. How many of these can you give me for the holidays?
Of this one right here, not a lot. Not many? 3, 4 kilos? 3, 4 kilos? So I have to reserve this for a few select customers. All right.
Antoine would have liked to take a lot more to Rungis, but it's all sold out. He's reserved about 10 kilos for next year's festivities.
When you're a tourist, Paris in the rain is depressing. To cheer themselves up, these 50 English high school girls decided to treat themselves to a little treat. A rendezvous with French gastronomy. Behind Montmartre, they're going to visit a bakery, and not the least important one. The one that won the prize for the best baguette in Paris in 2008. They salivate in anticipation. Croissant. And what else? Pastries. The holder of this French savoir-faire, here he is.
My name is Anis Borsa. It's my bakery.
For little English girls, Anis is the ambassador of one of the symbols of France, the baguette.
Parisian baguette.
Son of Tunisian immigrants and France's best craftsman. An insult to those who believe that only ethnic French know how to make good bread. It's really good French bread.
Which is prettier in the story is that I am the son of a Tunisian born in France who learned the French tradition and is now passing it on around the world. So there you go.
Anis's story is not unique. Today, more and more Tunisians are buying up French bakeries. Moïse Vigneux is a real estate agent specializing in the sale of this type of business. Take a drive with him, and you'll understand that in Paris, Tunisian bakeries are on every street corner.
You have a bakery, Benet, which I sold to Mr. Azizi 6 years ago. It's a family of bakers. All 3 brothers are bakers. Then there's the Sabre Cater Bakery on your left, which I set up 7 or 8 years ago. That's Mr. Asdin Abab. The Abab family has maybe 30 bakeries in Paris. Here too, you have a Tunisian. I didn't set him up, but he's a Tunisian who's just bought. When they set up shop, they get a lot of family help. It's the cousins. Everyone lends a hand to help someone get started. And once he's off to a good start, they help another one who wants to set up.
In the Paris region, Tunisians now own almost 1 in 5 bakeries. And almost all of them come from the same place. Southern Tunisia, Tataouine. It's troglodyte dwellings and bakers. The region boasts the largest concentration of them in the Maghreb, and it goes without saying the best. In the 70s, some of them emigrated to Europe. The Tunisian bakery industry was born.
Well, let's take a tour of the bakery.
On that day, Moïse is to present a case to Nadir Madawi, who grew up in a small village near Tataouine. It's his first purchase.
Well, here's the deal before we enter. It's a corner house. The facade was redone not long ago.
The business is a small neighborhood bakery, run by a couple, the Dumonts.
Madame, hello. It's Mr. Madawi.
Madame is in sales.
So let's take a tour of the patisserie.
And Sir is in production. The couple wants to leave Paris to open a new store in the country. This could be good business for Nadir. For the last 10 years, he's been working in the Paris region for a large bakery chain. His job is a family tradition. Nadir knows what he's talking about.
Here it is. Frankly, since I was 15, I make bread, which is now almost 21 years. I took the unit over there in Tunisia with my father. I arrived here in '99.
For the moment, the business is closed on Saturdays and Sundays. Nadir would like to open one more day.
Yes, it's good.
First difference with the French couple, and that's not the only change planned. If he buys the bakery, the Tunisian intends to revisit the pastry department.
I'm going to add a bit of Oriental cake. Because normally Oriental cakes work now. They're popular all over Paris.
And you think you'll increase Monsieur Dumont's sales?
Yes, normally, yes. I hope so. Yes, for one thing. I have to be open 6 days a week. I'll be working a bit harder than him, though. Twice as much as him. I've got appetite. He's the guy we want.
Now it's time to talk financing in the offices of Moïse, the real estate agent. The business will cost 300,000 euros, including agency fees.
That's your personal contribution. 45,000 euros. So we're going to ask for a bank loan of 225,000.
Given the size of the loan, Nadir will have to make do with a very small monthly income.
I put 1,200 net for you and 800 for the lady.
A business that pays poorly in the beginning, and you can't count the hours. Enough to discourage many candidates.
If it weren't for the Tunisians, there would be a lot of bakeries out there that wouldn't be taking orders. But it would only be the big, beautiful ones that would sell. But the neighborhood bakeries and all that, people would have to take their shoes, and then they'd have to walk a kilometer to find the money. Have a good evening, and see you soon.
If Nadir gets his loan, he won't be going it alone, but with his family. He lives in a tiny two-room apartment in the north of Paris. He met his wife Jamila in Tataouine. She joined him here 5 years ago. Together they have 2 children. She was the first to urge him to buy a business. Jamila doesn't speak French very well yet, but she wants to help Nadir with his project. She believes in him.
My husband has worked hard. I'm sure things will go well once he's got his store, and I'm going to learn the shopkeeper's trade bit by bit.
It's going to be hard at first, to pay the loan and everything, but after 7 years, it's good. In other words, I can even hire workers and be the boss.
Become a boss? Today, Nadir knows that his dream is within reach. Because before him, other Tunisians have set an example. Like Anes, who is one of France's best craftsmen, starts his day at 2:30. His father was a waiter in restaurants. He now runs 2 bakeries. One near Montmartre, the other just below his home in Pantin.
Alexandre, how are you? I'm fine.
Even if, on a day-to-day basis, he no longer runs the store. Every morning he checks to make sure his baker has arrived and that everything's in place. Three hours and 20 minutes. Anis is already late. On his way to his second bakery. This son of a Tunisian is a workaholic. He sleeps 4 hours a night, but never complains about lack of sleep. On the contrary.
When we work at night, we're making our bread, everyone else is still asleep, and we're doing something so that when people get up, they find their bread warm, they find their viennoiserie. It's something useful in the morning.
Anis's second bakery is a fine business in the 18th arrondissement. 800 baguettes a day, and average annual sales of 700,000 euros. He bought it from a Norman and hasn't changed a thing since. Not the pastry chef, nicknamed Lelandais, nor the specialities. No oriental pastries here, just classic religieuses and chocolate eclairs. Flan breton. Anis may be Muslim, but he's also kept the alcoholic pastries and bottles of champagne. There's even pork in the salads.
If we take away the ham, we'll lose a third of the French clientele who still eat ham. After that, it selects the clientele in the sense that we'll only have a more or less Muslim clientele.
You need 40 mini viennoiseries for one recite.
Despite his deviations from Islam, Anis has converted the whole neighborhood to his religion. Good bread.
The faithful, like at the mosque. We're the faithful, that's what we are. You've got ham. Do you mind coming to eat anyway? We know they sell ham, they sell alcohol, but how much? Bread is kosher, it's halal.
I've been used to eating good bread, and I must say that it's among the best I've ever eaten.
Anis Bouabsa was the first North African to become Meilleur Ouvrier de France in bakery. An excellence that he wants to continue to put at the service of a popular clientele. But some Tunisians have other ambitions. To conquer the nicer neighborhoods. In the very chic 17th arrondissement, the boutique Amalgarida bought 5 years ago.
Here we go.
She's a bit like the Madame Plus of the bakery world. Your chouquettes aren't ready when you come into the store.
Hello, everyone.
She comes straight
Here
to the
you go.
office to bring them to you.
Yes, Sylvia, for me, yes, thank you.
She also delivers to half the restaurants in the area to boost her sales, despite stiff competition in the neighborhood.
So there's a French laundry there? Yes, right there, opposite the restaurant I deliver to, and it's...
They didn't get the contract. Like in many Tunisian businesses, Amel works as a family. There's the father, a former baker, the mother, a baker's daughter.
Good, put in a bag, in it directly, not her case.
And the sister, still a student. The father, Ahmed, has been in the business for 30 years. He owned his own business. Now retired, he can't help but play supervisor. Even though, officially, he's passed the torch to his daughter. You can't pick up the phone. Is your daughter a good worker?
She's the one who's really into it. No, it's for her, not us. We've finished our careers.
I'm going to keep an eye on you for a while.
I served a little, but she's in charge of everything.
You don't need the time anymore.
We're a long way from the very first family bakery.
Thank you.
In 81, when Ahmed arrived in France, he opened his first patisserie in Marseille, an Oriental-style patisserie. After a few years, he went Western, selling baguettes and millefeuilles. Amel works full-time in her family's new bakery in Aubervilliers, but she's already dreaming of having her own store, far from the slums.
Hello, Hélène, hello?
In this bon chic bon genre arrondissement,
Hop là.
the arrival of a North African baker didn't go unnoticed.
They're not the usual people, they're Maghrebians, not Maghrebians, no, but people who...
I don't live here all night. How's the sweet coming? The macaroons are garnished. It goes up.
Amel has succeeded in her gamble. In 5 years, she has increased her sales by 40%. Enough to give her wings and ambition. Perhaps one day she'll open a second bakery. But not just anywhere. Not far from here, 10 minutes on foot.
Where would that be? On the Champs?
On the Champs-Élysées? Yes. Is that where you'd like to
The
have your
dream.
bakery?
Yeah, the dream. If it's to expand, it'll be there or nothing.
The new generation of Tunisian bakers no longer have any hang-ups and are now aiming for big stores with sales of close to $1 million a year.